welcome back to our channel. We're Dos Cavazos, and this is My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 15.
So there was so much crammed into the last episode. Bakugo, Deku, and Todoroki are now under Endeavor. Endeavor just found out about the Liberation Army from Hawks, and it feels like all shit's gonna break loose pretty soon. They said 4 months, and they have an army of over 100,000.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. It's like they're going into this massive war here. Yeah. I feel like Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki are gonna end up getting involved, even though Endeavor's probably not gonna want them to, obviously, because they're still students. But I just feel like they're gonna find a way to get involved somehow.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that possibility, in all honesty. Like, those 3 students in particular, like, under, like, Endeavor, I think Hawks did mention there at the end how, like, the hero agency is probably not gonna want to tell, like, the public because it's just the vast numbers. We threw around some speculation about the Liberation Army in the last episode, thinking maybe that the traitor from UA was a part of the Liberation Army. That's a possibility. But in all honesty, I feel like there's a big chance that there's other heroes that we've met along the way that are a part of this. Obviously, they had that slip and slide dude, the guy who was like in the episode a couple episodes back. He was there. You know, that's really low level. We didn't really see the guy with the laptop who was like, you know, talking about Hawks and how he was like the number 2. So I'm sure we're in for a few surprises. All right, well, if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out our Patreon if you want to watch our full-length reactions.
We also have a second channel, Dos Cavazos IRL, where we do vlogs and other stuff like that. If you want to check that out, the link's down below.
All right, let's jump into this episode. Those little shining things, maybe they mentioned like tracking him, like when he went to go get the coffee. I wonder if that's how they're doing it.
I'm spreading the good liberation word.
That looked like Toga.
You've been passing this book out to heroes.
Uh-oh.
It's obvious that you not only read it, you truly understand Destro.
Oh. Like he's trying to recruit.
If I'm being honest,
Oh,
Destro,
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
get what
there's
we're doing.
twice.
Teach me sometime.
Happy to. Bet you'll catch on fast.
What's the correlation here between the League of Villains and them?
Your core fan
There's
base
Dobby.
of teens and 20-somethings would be a great...
There's Toga, yeah.
I'll double down my efforts then. As far as I can tell, we're not even on the Commission's radar yet. They're investigating the leagues involved.
Who are these other ones?
Oh my gosh, it's Izuku!
Really? That's a coincidence.
Spinner, are things going to plan?
Yeah, we just gotta keep the troop morale up.
The fun is gonna start pretty soon. 4 months from now, boom, everything is destroyed.
So
And
that's when he
Tomura will
heard.
ruin this world.
Tomura, Shigaraki. Okay, why are they involved in this?
Yeah, I feel like they're using it. Like they're using it, I feel like, as a recruitment tactic, but they have ulterior motives. But then who are these other ones that are there too? Because they don't look like people we've seen before, and they obviously kept them like hidden for a reason.
Is that the reason you summoned me?
Yes. This will provide the students with some real-world experience, and I believe it's going to be beneficial to you as well.
So that's why they're getting the students.
They're getting them ready.
Yeah, because they're desperate.
They're obviously working behind closed doors, which must mean the work studies are to prepare for an attack.
So they have to be involved.
Yeah.
I'll look after you 3 myself.
Mirio.
This definitely won't go down the way the villains want it to.
Hopefully Eri can get his powers back for him before this all goes down. It'd be cool to see Mirio back in action.
You boys are now under my tutelage. Deku, Bakugo.
The gym.
We got a lift.
I want to perform at my fullest, but to do that, I'll need to gain better control over my power.
How interesting.
Recently, there's, this other thing. It's kinda like,
Bakugo?
so it's my power.
Show me.
If I concentrate, I can release the small amount I can handle. Mine is about 10 to 15%, but Air Force needs around 20%, so I go a little over. Picture myself, there's a painful tingling that affects my abilities.
Those eyes.
That's why I've practiced so I can release Air Force in an instant and go back.
I wonder how Endeavor is gonna react after he finishes talking.
Oh my god! Deku!
Which is hard to jump.
He chats too much.
Bakugo's gonna be like, I blow shit up.
I see. At heart, you're saying that you want to be able to constantly adjust power levels when you're fighting? Your turn.
I'm only here to figure out what I can't do. That's the real question.
Heck of an ego on that one.
Shut your mouth! I showed up to figure out what will make me even better, to surpass you.
He's gotta see himself.
Very well. Then let's not waste time.
You're not gonna ask
And what about me?
him?
You're just here to learn flash fire, aren't you?
Endeavor. I now realize I'm gonna do exactly what you wanted me to. But I want you to know this. The pro I've always admired is the person I watched on TV. while sitting beside Mom. This is my choice, not yours. The only reason I came to this place is to use you. I came because it's beneficial for me, number one. Don't pretend to be a caring parent in front of my friends. I still can't forgive you for what you did to Mom, and that's my choice to make.
Awkward.
Since he chose to do his work study here himself, I thought he was warming up to me a little. But it looks like I was foolishly mistaken. From now on, you'll learn by joining me in the field.
Fun. That's fun.
Normally, heroes focus on either rescue or fighting as specializations in their agencies. But my policy is to tackle all three.
That's why you're number one.
If there's an incident or accident, I rush to the scene faster than anyone. In order to keep casualties down, I hold bystanders at bay using my flames. This winter, I want you to show me that you can capture a villain faster than me just once!
Oh, there he goes.
You respond so fast.
The suspect has turned the corner and is heading east.
Got it.
Whoa, he never stopped accelerating!
Better keep up, kids.
I mean, that was quick.
Far too slow, kids.
It takes me longer to get warmed up when it's cold out.
Bakugo, did you notice that?
There's nothing you could have possibly noticed that I didn't catch before you.
He probably compressed the move to drive himself forward. I can only see it because I have the same quirk as him. It's about controlling the flames.
He's still
You can
traveling
learn
with
to
his
do
ice,
it.
though, still.
Yeah.
Guess it took me a while to figure it out.
You gotta use
Let
your
me point out one
flame.
more thing. A busy streets nearby.
By emitting flames to intimidate the suspect, he kept him from fleeing toward the highway.
Let's go again.
Using flames as propulsion.
Oh, shit.
Look at him go. Oh, he like lost control for a minute.
By the way, I was aware of the glass villain's underlings before. You didn't help me.
Okay, how petty. You look the same.
In the winter, I need prep
Are
time.
you going to make that same excuse when you fail someone?
Oh, shit.
If you don't make it in time, you don't get a bad grade.
Oh my
People don't
gosh.
come home. I'm giving the two of you the same homework assignment today.
Why am I always getting lumped together with this idiot?
Because you're both kind of fiery.
Store up your power. Condense it, then fire. Be able to release your maximum output in one flash. Or with focused precision.
Kachan, like your armor-piercing shot.
Why do you know that, you...
Deku, is it fair to say you can max out your power in an instant?
Yes.
And you're able to do so without
They're
thinking?
eating.
Yes, or I can with full cowling.
Then keep practicing until Air Force is second nature to you. You need to be able to do two things at once without concentration. When you master that, add something else. No matter how strong a power you may have, its foundation is built on a steady accumulation of skills.
Just give him some good
I
advice.
know.
Whether the three of you fail or succeed is absolutely no reflection on the work of the #1 hero.
I'll go beyond.
Plus Ultra.
So I just love how they're learning from Endeavor here. There's just
Yeah.
like so much at play. You know, Deku's just so happy to be here. Bakugo's a little resistant as he always is, but there's just so many similarities between him and Endeavor. And I kind of mentioned that like I feel like seasons ago, I was like, you know, their relationship between Deku and Bakugo kind of mimics a little bit like, you know, All Might and Endeavor. And Todoroki, obviously he's not quite there yet with his father, but I still, even though he said that, I'm here on my own regard and whatnot, I feel like he might inch his way there. You know, I don't think that they'll ever have like a perfect relationship by any means, but I feel like they could have something that's, you know, good.
Yeah, Endeavor has such a different teaching style and obviously a different personality than All Might, so it's really interesting to see him teach the students now, especially
Yeah.
Deku, and see like what Deku is learning from him. Just a different perspective because he's someone who had to work really, really hard to get where he was. Where All Might, I mean, he still worked really hard and trained very hard, but
He was
All
a
Might,
prodigy.
he was really, really good, and he had one for all, you know. But he also just had like in a different way than Deku, you know, like
Yeah.
he just was really, really good at being a hero early on, and Endeavor always had to trail him and ended up working harder. So I feel like he has a lot of advice in that sense on like how to work hard and really improve the quirk. for them.
Yeah, I just really like this whole dynamic that's going on right now, but you know, the stakes aren't quite 100% yet. They're gonna get there pretty damn soon, and that's what this whole thing's about. I think they're gonna spend all winter with Endeavor trying to learn and get ready for this. I wonder when Endeavor is gonna tell them about everything, because you know, I was wondering if he wasn't going to even tell them before this episode, but based off of what we saw in this episode, they're actually training them for that purpose, you know, in case everything fails. So it only serves to reason that at some point he's going to have to tell them that, but I don't know when. Maybe it's going to be like when they catch a villain before he does, but I don't know what the Liberation Army and, you know, the League of Villains is doing together. I have to imagine Shigaraki's in control of it all, and I don't know what his end goal is. You know, I know Toga said, like, you know, everything's gonna blow up and whatnot. Maybe they're just gonna, you know, have them just have like an anarchy type like society where it's just like, you know, the best of the best or whatever the case may be with whoever's left. This whole like plot and this whole like arc, I guess, is just so intriguing to me. And I feel like we're just at the very beginning of it, but it's just, I'm so excited for what's to come. You know, there's so much stuff I feel like that could happen, and the dynamics that play between all the characters that it's centralized around right now, it's just so exciting to me, and I just can't wait for the season to continue to play out. And I hope we get into like some bigger stuff, and I feel like it will bleed into the next season. I don't know how it's going to tie into the movie. You know, the movies that were kind of, you know, made prior to this were kind of like loosely canon. I guess, I mean, in theory, you could think of them as canon, but then they also don't, like, they could also just be like their own standalone ones if you think about it. I know they may have said, like, you know, whether they're canon or not before, but I like to think that they're canon because they're awesome. But I really hope we just get something juicy at the end of the season.
All right, well, if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you can stay notified for all of our future videos.
Also, head over to our Patreon if you want to watch our full-length reaction to My Hero Academia. We upload them over there. The link's down in the description below.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.